What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a quick anchor update. ANKR. I just sold 50% of my position on this current micro trade. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with a macro view, and then we'll dive into the micro. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only. So don't blindly follow anything I do because it's my opinion. All right, so last update I did, we were talking about this being a macro 3 up here and the correction being over as a WXY with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating your micro 1 of your macro 5. And this particular structure was a WXY flat with the Y being an ABCDE. That happened to be accurate as of right now, and we have broken out of this this pattern and should be impulsive on our next wave structure up to complete our micro 3 of our macro 5. I am assuming our micro 3 of our macro 5 will be at this point, based on fibs from 1, I'm putting it at about 80 cents. So I'll obviously update that target as this thing unfolds and as price continues to move, and depending on what happens, if there's wave extensions, et cetera, I will update this as it goes. But as of right now, I am viewing this as a complete corrective wave 2. And we are on to our impulsive structure up, and that looks like, so I caught this thing, guys. Let's see if you remember right. I caught this thing right here on my E at about 0.97, which was right about here. It ended up, coming down just a little further, but did not ever invalidate this count by crossing below this bottom wick here on this A at 0.876. So when I bought 9.7, my stop was below 0.876. That way, if that count got invalidated, I was out of my position, and then I could reevaluate what this thing looked like and try to figure out where to enter again. So that did not happen, luckily, and my trade has worked out. And as I said, I am sold 50% of my position at 0.115, sorry, which happens to be roughly an 18%. And I will sell the remainder of my position at 0.119, which is the micro 3 wave here. So the way I've got this count laid out is this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, creating your micro 1, an ABC. So this is a shallow 2 wave, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Given the fact that this 2 wave here is a shallow wave, and basically it was a running flat, I expect this 3 wave, because of the rule of altercation, which basically an Elliott wave means if you have a shallow 2 wave, expect your 4 wave to be sharp. So I imagine this 3 wave, once we actually get to the top of this 3 here, about 12 cents thereabouts, that's where I'll sell the remainder of my position. And I will anticipate a corrective wave that is a sharp and deep corrective wave. So I would put that potentially anywhere from your 0.5 fib retracement at 106 down to 102, which is your 618. So I would imagine this thing will have some sort of an ABC zigzag correction, looking like something like this to complete our 4 wave. Once we actually finish this entire 3 wave structure. So once we do that, I will rebuy down here I will take my profits. I take 50%, guys. What I do with my profits, I take 50% of them and set them aside for tax purposes. That's what I suggest, because if you don't, you can find yourself in a really, really bad situation. So once I lock in all my profits, I take 50% of them, move them over to a different account for tax purposes, and take the other 50% and I put it in my bank and consider that profit. And then I will buy back down here on this 4-wave with my original position and anticipate running this up and playing this up to the 5th wave here at 12.5 cents for, another 20% gain roughly. And then once we get to that point, we'll correct again, and I will try to buy back again on the 2-wave, because this basically will be a micro 1 wave, and then you'll have a 2-wave. So that's how I'm trading this, guys. And again, on a macro level, if you're not a trader and you're just a holder, I see this thing going up to, at this point, roughly 80 cents for our micro 3 of our macro 5. I've got our macro 5 currently at $1.50, which would be the end of this cycle, which would be after you get $1.50, you want to get out. If it gets to $1.50 and you're in this thing, you should get out, or you're going to ride this all the way back down to potentially this 4-wave here or even further. So I will be getting out at my 3-wave and will not be getting back in more than likely for my 5-wave. So that's how I'm seeing this. See you guys later.